Welcome to Nintendo Weekly Roundup, a Friday show that recaps the entire week in just a couple minutes. I'm your host, Mike Odyssey, and I just made up this entire title thing just to bring you the news and stuff. So let's go ahead and get into it. Before that, subscribe, hit that bell. This number here needs to change because it's been stuck there for a while. Who's going to be the one to bring us over to 54,000 subscribers? Let's get started. All right, so we have an end of an era here. A popular discount from Nintendo has been continued. It's a program they initiated, I would say, a couple years ago, and so it has come to an end. A major topic of discussion is Nintendo has announced that it will be discontinuing Nintendo game vouchers. Now, if you don't know what game vouchers are a way of you purchasing two first-party Nintendo games for the price of $100. Normally, they're $60, $59.99 on Switch. And so with that voucher, you could save about $20 buying two games for $100. So that's what the voucher is. This program has been a popular way for players to purchase two digital first-party games at a discount price. The news has sparked considerable conversation amongst fans about the value of Nintendo digital offerings. Now, I want to add to this. The Nintendo vouchers did not come in the beginning of the Nintendo Switch's life. It came later on as a way to increase sales. And so since we are now kind of moving on to Switch 2, well, I'm sure Nintendo will come up with their own version of the voucher later on in the life of the Nintendo Switch's system. And so right now, it's natural for Nintendo to discontinue the old and bring the new. We'll just have to wait what Nintendo has to replace the voucher on Nintendo Switch 2. So no worries there. It's just a waiting game. All right, let's move on to the next beautiful story here. And these are the side effects that I'm going to make for the videos. You know, that's it. All right, so FBI shut down major piracy website. A win for all Nintendo fans. It says here, in breaking news, the FBI has reported seized a prominent website known for disturbing or distributing pirated. That doesn't say private. I thought it said privates, but it says pirated Nintendo Switch games. This is a significant move in the ongoing battle against piracy. And it's a top story across gaming news outlets this morning. So, hey, you heard it here, right? Nintendo has taken down these piracy websites. Now, these piracy websites just not only provide emulators, but they also provide ROMs, which is really bad. Not the emulator part, I don't think is that controversial. There's emulators out there, right? But the ROM part, giving you the ROM illegally, that's where they enter into dark waters. So avoid these websites at all costs. You don't want to get your IP detected and say, hey, FBI's, you know, and then it's them, you know, asking you why were you on that website downloading bad ROMs. So you don't want that. You don't want that. So yeah, that's happening now. Major websites are coming down, and you can expect more to be shut down. Let's go ahead and move on to the next piece of news. All right, so a look back and a look forward. So a look back and a look forward. Okay, Satoru Iwata and Nintendo's philosophy. So Satoru Iwata. If you don't know who Satoru Iwata was, well, he was the previous version. He's not a robot. The previous president of Nintendo of America, right? And so he was then followed by the current president, Shintaro Furukawa. So today marks the 10th anniversary of the passing of former Nintendo president Satoru Iwata. And many are taking the time to reflect on his legacy and impact on the company and the gaming industry as a whole, right? And so, you know, we should, you know, respects to Iwata. He was an amazing Nintendo president who, you know, basically Nintendo Switch is his baby, right? We have Nintendo Switch 2 now because of Iwata. Although right now, Furukawa is managing that. Not sure how he's doing just yet. Too late to, you know, rocky start. But Iwata was the one who brought the Switch to life. And during Iwata times, there was also a beautiful creativity with information and with how they advertise things, right? And, if you guys know, Reggie Fils-Aimé and Iwata were good friends, and so those two were very creative in the ways they communicated with the public, and they were creatives, right? They came from the marketing. Iwata was a developer, and so they were creative people. And well, the ones we have now, Doug Bowser, he's a great leader. And of course, Shintaro Furukawa, another great leader. They're both finance people, right? Finance people who know how to manage the business in a different side, right? They all have their strengths, but you know, you're here to remember Iwata. Now, on the other hand, we're talking about Nintendo's past and now Nintendo's future. Nintendo President Shunta Furukawa has been making headlines with his recent statement vowing that Nintendo will not sacrifice creativity, uniqueness to cut down on rising game development costs, meaning they will not hire AI, they will not go to other areas to try to stop or change the way they make video games. You can expect the same quality games from Nintendo that they have in the past, in the present, moving forward. So that's good news there. All right, I think it's time to move to the next story. In other news, right, that this is a little update. Other news, Pokemon Universe updates. We got updates in the world of Pokemon. The Pokemon Company has announced a new collaboration with gaming hardware company Razer. Razer. Additionally, there is news of Pokemon Center stores closure in Japan and ongoing in-event Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet. The community is also mourning the passing of James Carter Cathcart, which is a voice actor known in the Pokemon world. So yeah, rip James Carter. Prayers for families and everything. He's a big loss for the gaming industry. And so, yes, that's what's happening in the world of Pokemon. More news. We got news. Upcoming games. A new title. Majogami has been announced for both Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2. Fans are also looking forward to the release of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4. And of course, Splatoon 3 Splatfest, a new in-game Splatfest event has been announced for Splatoon 3, keeping in the game's community engagement. I mean, Splatoon is the best community game ever. They have to win community game of the year, hopefully this year, because they've been awesome, man. Okay, so that is the news. That's Nintendo Weekly Updates, where you get all of your weekly news in just a couple of minutes, and that's basically it. Now, if you're done with the video, you can click like, leave your comment down below, because right now I'm going to enter into channel business. What's happening on the channel? What's the channel going to be looking for? What's the channel going to look like moving forward? And so, if you want to stick around and find out and get to know more about me and the channel and everything, then I encourage you. If no, thank you guys so much for watching. You can go ahead and watch another video, or go on with your day. Do whatever you're doing before you're watching this video. And I appreciate you more than you know. Okay, so let's move into Nintendo, this channel, the future of this channel. Yesterday I did a live stream. I tried to, and so I wanted to show you guys what the channel is going to look like moving forward. Now you have seen the new look. I have updated the logo to reflect more a personal brand, an us brand, rather than just a strictly gimmicky Nintendo type of logo, right? Because it had Joy-Cons, it had little stars and everything, and while there's not much I can do with that, that's just something that I could use for the channel, but not really use as a brand, since it has assets that don't really belong to me. This one is a brand new one that really represents us, right? That is it's called the Journey logo, and I gave it that name just because we are on a journey together, right? This is a channel where we talk about Nintendo news, but we also talk about life, and we also we don't shy away from inspiring each other and pushing each other forward, right? Some people call it toxic positivity. I call it life, and I call it being optimistic and being forward with you guys and letting you guys know that I'm here for you, right? And so that's what I call it. Nintendo content is what we've always made on this channel since the beginning of time, since we started back, I think in 2019, where I started this channel, and Nintendo content will continue being provided on this channel, but that will not be the only type of content on this channel moving forward. I want to highlight an area in the gaming industry that really needs the help from us, the support and the love. And you guys already know I started Indie Mania for that very purpose, and I am talking about indie games. Indie games will now be part of the channel as a whole. Not only indie games on Nintendo Switch, but indie games on Steam. And Steam is just an amazing treasure to have with so many games. And so I'm also going to be recommending, if you don't have access to Steam, I'm going to show you how to get access to Steam and enjoy the amazing library of Nintendo games also on Steam. Right? I'll cover Nintendo indie games on Steam and Nintendo Switch, and then I'll cover games that are just on Steam, just because these developers don't have any other means of bringing their games to platforms. But these games, man, they are incredible, and it's a waste to not play them, to not get that amazing experience with them. And so I'll tell you how to get the best devices at the cheapest possible cost to play games on Steam. Devices from even $100, little mini computers that play Steam. I have one myself, and I will tell you guys how to get access. Maybe you already have a way to download Steam and enjoy these amazing indie games that will be now part of the channel. If you look at the logo at the header of the YouTube channel, now it says Nintendo games and indie games, because I will give my all to these developers on this channel as well. So expect Indie Spotlight, a new show where I pick a random indie game and we play it together, and we talk about the game and see what's good about it, what's not that great about it. We give constructive criticism, and we lift the game up, right? And so Indie Spotlight is going to be maybe a live stream, or maybe a pre-recorded video. It could be a live stream where we pick a game from the indie world, either on Steam or on Nintendo Switch, and we play it on the channel. Okay, so that's going to be Indie Spotlight there. Of course, indie game news will be inserted into the Nintendo news as well. So that's one thing that's happening. Another thing, as you guys know, the channel is shadow banned, right, because of all the whole issue. So this video, don't know whether you guys are going to get it. I'm going to make sure you guys try to get it. I'm going to promote it as much as I can so you guys can be on this video. But I will start a live news show every morning, Monday through Friday, live news here on the Odyssey until the channel can get back on its feet. Live streams are not affected. It's only been affected with videos. And until we can sort that out, I will be delivering with you guys live news from 11 to 1 Eastern time. 11 to 1. It'll be a 2-hour show. 11 to 1 Eastern time. It'll have Nintendo news. It'll have indie game news. And it'll have a Q&A sponsored by you guys by either becoming a member or by super chatting your question in at the end of the show. And I will only be able to get a couple of questions. Let's say 10 questions per show, so that we can keep the show within the 2-hour mark. And that way, anybody who watches the show after the fact, they don't have to it's not too long for them to watch, right? We will also be repurposing those live streams into shorts for the channel, and I will upload an edited version of that show in the afternoon. So we'll have the same exact show we did in the morning, edited down and uploaded on the in the afternoon on the just to continue the upload trend. But still, when it comes to news, the best way to deliver them right now, because of the situation of the channel, it will be live. Okay, I will keep you guys up to date on that. I'm working on my live stream setup, so making sure that we get that going out there with no interruptions whatsoever. And so, yeah. We have new merch. We have the Journey merch, as you can see on your screen right now. I highly encourage you to pick one up and live the mantra, a journey on, And so we have the new logo, the hats, we have the mug, we have t-shirts, and I cannot wait for you guys to enjoy this new merch as well. As you know, the channel has no revenue whatsoever. So although I am not that kind of person to be asking for money, because I don't like that personally, that I like to give you guys more than I can receive. I do need to start kind of becoming a little bit more out of my shell on it, and request or ask you to please join our memberships. I am on my way to getting 100 memberships on the channel. Yeah, we have never had more than 50, just because I really don't ask too much on the channel, but I would like to reach that goal, get 100 memberships at least by the end of July. 100 memberships by the end of July. You can join for as little as 99 cents just to recover some of that revenue we lost, because we have no revenue on the channel. So this is basically, I don't make any money on YouTube besides our current members, which I am incredibly grateful for. So if you would like to become a member, only 99 cents a month. We have tiers, so you can join at any tier you want to support the channel. And of course, you can always do a super thanks on the comments as well, which is going to be something that I will be also, if you have any questions, you can super thanks them in the chat right down below in this, the comments, and I will read them over at the live streams when we start the new show, Monday to Friday live news here on the channel. Okay, so those are the few of the updates. There's more coming, but I want to make sure to keep this video shorter because it's already pretty long. And we'll talk about this more later on. And thank you guys so much for support. You guys have been amazing. I cannot wait to get on this new journey with you guys. I've never given up, guys. And because of you and all of your amazing messages and your support, I am still here, still standing. The channel has been hurt, but we are not down. We are wounded, but we'll continue fighting, and we'll continue moving forward and growing this channel. I still believe we can make to 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And I want to push for it. So I thank you so much. I see you guys in the next one. never give up, and journey on. Peace.